Like mess with these little videos. What's up? What's up? We
Yo,
back. We back. We back. We back. Forgot I didn't change the date on that video. What we gonna do, man? I've been working so much. We're gonna give it a second, give some people the time to come in. We unfortunately, yeah, I told both of you that we pretty much have to start over with the Facebook page, right?
yeah,
I had
Yeah.
got hacked, both personal, business pages, everything got wrecked. So definitely need all kinds of help in referencing to in reference to rebuilding and pulling that back up and getting that viewer base back, because we most definitely lost a lot there, as far as follows and whatnot. So definitely need everybody's help, liking, sharing, following, inviting people to the page. That kind of thing is definitely appreciated. But again, just a couple minutes here. We'll go ahead and jump in and get started tonight. It's good to be back. It is good to be back. That's for sure.
definitely.
Again, thank you guys for all your love, your support. Invite somebody in, say hello, let us know you're here. Definitely want you to enjoy the conversation with us again with House Call. We are going to the first and third Wednesday of each month. So that's why you haven't seen a whole lot of us. And again, the day has changed as well. So hopefully everybody can get on board with that and help us out. Again, if you're watching, like, share, invite somebody in, say hello, let us know you're here. So it's been a little bit. What's been going on with everybody?
Man, busy, staying busy, bro. Start my last 5 classes uh in a couple weeks, and then that's it for right now. I'm still training Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, chilling, taking it
You
easy on
compete?
myself,
You competing at all
steady
yet,
progressing.
Michelle?
I'm
What's
gonna do
up?
Desert Jiu Jitsu. I want to say it's in April.
In April? Okay. I'm not
Hmm.
gonna lie. I'm considering the Battle of Atlanta in July. It's been a few years since I've competed in that, but that's more of your tournament point sparring, weapons forms, empty hand forms, creative forms, that type of thing. It's like
Wow.
one step below like U.S. Open as far as the size of it. I'm considering Battle of Atlanta. I think it's July, or maybe the U.S. Open's July, and Battle of Atlanta's in like May, April, or May. I'll have to double check, but I'm definitely considering trying to get myself back in a shape and a condition to where I can compete again. Um, yeah, I know it's been a minute. I mean, you know how I used to be,
Train,
guys.
damn it, train.
You know how I used to be. So I'm considering. I got to find this old guy a hobby. So
Yeah,
you know,
brother.
I'm getting up
Yeah,
there in
man.
some years. I got to do something to get back on track. I know you said busy. I'm not same here. Working some crazy hours and then dealing with health and those types of things. But those of you guys that are just coming in, we appreciate it. Thank you much. Drop a line. Let us know you're here watching. Invite somebody in. Share. But Steve, you done
Yo.
started a new job, haven't you?
Yeah, it's been over 2 months since we did this, right?
Yeah, since we've actually all been able to get back on together. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So in the meantime, I started it might be 3 months before December. Anyway, I started the job at the Ford dealership in December. It's going great. But in the meantime, 2 weeks in, I we all got COVID here at the house, and
Oh,
we had to stay home for 10 days, and so that sucked, but caught back up at work. What else has been going on here? Hmm. We started going to the chiropractor.
nice,
Right
nice.
on.
Yeah, went today. It was nice.
A little
Growing
self
weekly.
care.
You know what? He came to the dealership and bought a car, and I decided. Well, actually, I
You-
messed up the paperwork 2 weeks in, and I needed to. He also left his Easy Pass and some money in the car, so I brought it to his office and got the new paper signed.
Marketing
And
101.
I was like, you know what? Let's set up a schedule. And so yeah, we started. So it's
That's
good.
Nice,
cool.
nice. Want to give a quick happy birthday shout out to my ma. She had her birthday yesterday, day after Valentine's Day. All you lovers out there, I'm bitter about that day. I just wanted to tip over Valentine's Day displays, but Big happy birthday to my mom yesterday. A little belated birthday love. But that's what's up, man. So you got a regular thing going with a chiropractor, got the new job going. That's what's up. That's what's up. Dax, you staying busy. So you said 5 more classes, right? Then it's a wrap for you.
That's it, man. I'll be done like right in the middle of August
Okay.
or yeah.
That's what's up.
Good for you, dude.
Appreciate it, man.
So
Thank you.
I mean, like Steve said, it's been a minute since we've been on here all together. Quite a few things going on in the news. So I don't know. What do y'all want to throw on the table first? What we want to serve up first?
You know what I've been keeping up to date on since we have done this show?
What's that?
Nothing.
That is
Honestly, I have
absolutely-
not watched news. I haven't listened to anything. All I know is everybody's mad at Russia and China, and Ukraine is gonna reel us all in, and NATO's in on it, and I don't know what's happening there. I didn't even watch the Super Bowl, but I did watch the halftime show afterward on YouTube. Phenomenal, really good. I loved it. Just brought me back to the 90s. So good. But honestly, besides the Russia thing and that, I've put my head down and I've been grinding for the past 2-3 months. So
Okay.
we all have times in our lives where we have to shut out the outside world for a while, and get squared away, get our bearings. And I think that's this time. This is even still now is the time for me to get my bearings. So yeah.
Okay. All right. What'd you think about that halftime show, Dax?
A little bit of news. Well, I haven't really been catching up on a lot of like U.S. news. I know they're after Trump. They're steadily after him, and piece by piece, he's tumbling down. Besides Russia and Ukraine, I guess Putin is talking about backing some troops out. Like he's trying to yeah, like some he backed out like some troops from the Ukrainian border. I want to say like in the past couple like in the past 48 hours.
Well,
That's what's been going on. Other than that, I've been watching. I've been paying a little closer attention to what's been going on in India. It's funny because you have two peaceful religions, Islam and Hinduism. They're clashing, and it's crazy because of what the deal is. You have Muslim sisters that are hijabis, and they're saying that they can't wear the hijab in class or on campus. So it's demanded that even faculty, if you're a Muslimah and you wear hijab or niqab or whatever, or any kind of covering of the body, you have to take it off and wear the actual like Indian type of attire, which is rather revealing, you know what I'm saying, as far as like the US eye maybe. For as far as because it's more Western, it looks more Western. I'm not even gonna front. It's it's a little more revealing, like their shoulders are revealed and their arms and everything else. So it's very, a lot of them are humiliated. And then on top of a lot of them, a lot of this behavior is going over to France too. France has been they've been fighting basically the religion for years now. They've been, acting very evil per se. A lot of sisters been getting jumped as far as the propaganda that leads to it. It's getting bad over there in France too. I mean, it's getting worse than it was. They're trying to
it's
make laws about it too. So it's
yeah, I don't know. It's stuff like that, whether it's abroad or whether it's here, it blows my mind sometimes, like the things that people view as evil or that have to be pushed back on. It's like, of all the things to push back on, like that really shouldn't be a concern. That really shouldn't be an issue. You know what I mean? With
Yeah,
different things. I mean, it's frustrating. It's rough, especially when you feel like, your hands are kind of tied in the situation or whatever the case may be. I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things where you wish people could just be good people. you know stop being jerks, stop being nasty, stop being whatever.
yep.
And because a lot of that, just being a decent human being would eliminate a lot of the things that we deal with and tolerate every day. You guys were saying that you haven't really watched much. I mean, I almost honestly, I've been so busy and working so much, I had pretty much forgotten we had to do this tonight. I was like, I really did, until I finally got home tonight, and I'm taking care of the dog and whatever. And then I kind of just look at the phone and I'm like, wait a minute, it's Wednesday. Like I had to stop. I was like, man, like my days are all rolling together, and you see different things on the news. And you had mentioned, they actually mentioned Trump tumbling or whatever. And it's like, dude getting accused of clogging the toilet with,
Yeah.
memo documents or whatever. And, a lot of me wants to be like, really? But with everything that's come out, you know what I mean? It's almost like, okay, I could see it. I could see him doing it. I don't know if he did it, but I could see him doing it.
I can see that.
But I don't know, man. It's like, and then the whole let's hang Hillary because she deleted emails, but I'm going to take 5 boxes of classified documents with me. Hey, why not? I'm just going to take them to the resort because that's where, like, the double standard in politicians is ridiculous. It's like, it's good if I do it, but if you do it, it's bad. And if you do
It's
it,
bad.
bad. It's like, but I guess that's politics. It's unfortunate. I was just telling someone the other day, I kind of long for the time where politicians actually cared about their country and not their pocket, but that's never been in my
Man,
lifetime. So I don't know if it's ever
they're
happened.
making like $32,000 a year, and that was it.
Right. No, we don't need to give you a livable wage. Why not? I'm so out of touch with everything. Like, and then I told my dad recently, I was like, yo, I don't think I can survive another winter up here. I was like, I just don't think I can do it anymore. I can't do these winters. And he was like, yep, I was waiting for you to tell me you were going to be moving. So I was like, well, I don't know. Yeah, hey, we don't know what's going on. I just know I don't want to go through another one of these winters.
What's
But
this?
yeah,
Is that what this trip to New Orleans is? Is that
nah,
what this trip
nah.
is?
It's
Scoping
just,
out some spots?
yeah, the French Quarter and Cafe Dumont with some beignets. That's what it is. Get a couple of Kobo.
Sound good.
Some good music.
You better be sharing some videos with our watchers here.
Me,
Have
my
our
fat,
mouths
self,
drooling.
my fat self eating some beignets. That's
Now-
what people want to watch.
Nah, we don't need you in the
Yeah,
picture.
you
We
got
just
like-
need the food. That's all we need.
Oh man. First time I went to New Orleans, only supposed to be there a couple of days. Ended up staying almost well over a week.
You told me that.
Stayed a minute.
Mm.
Yeah, we stayed a minute. But I
Like,
enjoyed
yeah,
it.
boss, I ain't coming in today.
What's
You
that?
guys,
Like, yeah, boss, I ain't coming in today or tomorrow.
Nah. I got a buffer day, so I can like come back and rest and relax before I got to go back to work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But But no.
I had not heard anything that you just said about. I have no idea what you're talking about with Trump. No idea.
about him clogging the toilet,
I have no idea what you're talking about with the clogging of the toilet, the 5
taking
boxes
the
or whatever.
documents. Yeah,
Nothing. I know
It's-
nothing.
it's a mess.
Google it. You'll be
Yo, I
entertained.
feel like have you seen the movie The Campaign with Will Ferrell and Zach Galifianakis?
Yeah, yeah.
Right? He's like, we're going to DC and bring a broom because it's a mess. I feel like that's what we're dealing with, man. It's just a mess. It's just tore up.
It really
But
is.
I don't know, Dex, maybe your thoughts on this. I don't feel like this year is very Black History Month-ish, the month of February.
Well-
I just don't feel like like it has been in the past. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I don't really know how to fully explain it. It just kind of feels like an afterthought this year, as opposed to like on the forefront, with the exception of your normal normal corporations that try to play the game for 28 days. But
Bath and Body Works did it up, bro. I gotta tell you, they did it up.
I'm telling you,
Candles, body cream, the whole 9 yards. I was like, wow. And they made it notified that they actually, say they donate to the National Urban League. So
mhm.
that's a goal for them. But
I mean, I definitely encourage and not just during Black History Month, but I mean encourage constantly on the Facebook page and on the show. We talk about Black owned businesses and organizations. I mean, you've
yeah,
got Vibe, Voices in Black Empowerment right here in Western New York, nonprofit that's making moves and doing big things. We got Strength and Sisterhood down in Jacksonville, Florida, that mentorship program for young women there. You have Serenity hand sanitizer. That's a Black owned business. Bougie Beards is a Black owned business that does the beard products and even has some products for women.
yeah,
Silhouettes Firearms. She's been real active on her page. They have a concealed carry class coming up in that area, so check them out. That's another Black owned business.
yeah.
Queen BZ Cosmetics. They've been rocking with us for a minute. That's another Black owned business. You got Black Silhouette Music, Live Cinema Podcast. All these various different individuals, that we alone can support and push. So I want to encourage you, especially this month, to go ahead and support those businesses. And even if all you're doing is sharing posts or liking their page or following their content, anything like that, all of that helps. All of it does, most definitely. So, but yeah, so that's going on. Apparently, he took 5 boxes of documents. Then you have the whole issue with the Olympics. I think it's the Russian figure skater was accused of doping or something to that effect. And I guess
Yeah.
they decided to still let her compete. I don't know a whole lot about this, so I may be misquoting. This is just looking at like headlines. But I saw a headline today where Sha'Carri Richardson said something to the effect of like she feels like it's a double standard. And if it's happening the way that I've seen it in the headlines, again, take that with a grain of salt. But if that's the way it's happening, I could definitely see the same thing. You know what I mean? A little bit of a double standard if that's how it's happening. But yeah, I didn't even know the Olympics were taking place until the third day. Like I saw a headline that said something about the weather knocked the Olympic flame out or something like that. And but I didn't even know the Olympics had started. Like
Yeah, bro.
that's how out of touch with reality I've been because of work, so I get it with all you guys, definitely. But we are working. Those of you hanging with us, we appreciate it. We're working on getting back on track, getting refocused, lasered in. We did decide to go to twice a month as opposed to every week. So the first and third Wednesday of each month at 7:30, we'll be hopping on here and taking a little minute with you guys. But I don't know, what do you guys got in mind coming up? That we can kind of throw out there on the table. You think?
Let's discuss a little bit more about this Olympic about the Russia issue with the Olympics, because I want to say every country or every entity that's involved,
Mm-hmm.
they have their own set of rules. So
Yeah, but doesn't everybody fall under the IOC, the International Olympic Committee or whatever? Don't
that's
ultimately
true.
they have to line up with those?
They do, but at the same time, those entities, they have their own governing as far as like what drugs are allowed, or you know what I'm saying, as far as it should be under IOC if they want to be in the IOC. But when you got other countries, it's more. That's why I say the Olympics is political, bro, because you have people making choices for certain people and then not for other certain people.
Yeah,
So
I'm not terribly familiar with like all the ins and outs. Like I said, I didn't even know the Olympics was taking place until like day 3 or something like that. But
yeah,
I it's definitely something to look at. I mean, my understanding obviously is if you're going to compete, you have to line up with those rules and regulations. Which is what we talked about initially when, Sha'Carri Richardson ended up in the situation that she ended up in.
right,
You ultimately knew what was expected. You knew the consequences. You did what you did. It is what it is. At the end of the day, right, wrong, or indifferent, you acknowledged it. You moved on. That's life. Things
yeah,
happen. But if the same type of thing is taking place, like I said, I've only read headlines, haven't read articles or really seen any reporting on it. So take what I say with a grain of salt. It's very much so a surface approach. But if it's happening in a similar fashion, but the result is something different, then that's a problem. In my mind. The standard should be the standard and it should be across the board, regardless of who you are. Just because you carry yourself in a manner or with a level of confidence that people don't like because they have their own self-esteem issues, you shouldn't be treated differently or not provided the same opportunity because you're not a favorite.
right.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So, this is my like I said, it's surface thoughts because it's not something that I've been able to really follow a whole lot as of late. I've followed more so the box of documents and clogging of the toilet um issue. But
It's something I did watch in the past 2 or 3 months. I think it was probably a month and a half ago. Was the conviction of the murderers of Ahmaud Arbery?
mhm,
Right, we weren't doing our
Yeah,
show, but that all happened,
yeah,
and the justice system successfully put those bastards away.
yeah,
And now the other officers, and maybe we can talk about this another week. The other officers in the Derek Chauvin conviction, uh, George Floyd's murderers,
mhm,
is taking
hmm,
place currently. So that'd be something to follow in the next few weeks for sure, if it takes that long.
yeah, definitely. There's a lot going on, man, and like we talk time and time again. A lot of it would be solved if we were just decent people, just treated people well, decently. And I mean, it's it's sad, like, Dax, you're talking about the two groups, separated by faith is pretty much the only thing that separates them, and making life difficult for each other there. And then, but you think about it here too, it's like you have these faith groups that, oh, we're supposed to love and accept and help and whatever, but we're only going to do that if you agree with us.
yeah,
It's just it's really frustrating. It's difficult, especially when you're trying to affect some type of change, and that's why we constantly encourage you guys, affect your circle.
yeah.
The people that you can affect that.
Hmm.
That's a
But
fact, bro. Like that's why I try to I want to get my first impression in front of anybody that I encounter, like to be a positive one. It's not like, what I'm saying, if it's got to be them for them to now, it has to be them. It has to be them, what I'm saying, for me to sit there and react a different way, other than, what I'm saying, other
right.
than, the normal, hey, how are you? Or
I mean, it's rough sometimes, especially when you and another person are like so diametrically opposed on a topic. You're polar opposites. You're so passionate that you get mistaken for being argumentative, or it's very difficult because we don't really have an environment to where it's okay to disagree. um and I'm all for that, but it makes it difficult to disagree with somebody when you know that their stance isn't really founded on any type of reality. It's strictly a perceived thought or opinion that sounded good from somebody else, and it's not even theirs.
yeah,
I just it makes it very difficult, sometimes. So I get it, but at the same time, you just got to strive to be the best you can be, and work with people as much as you can. Um, like even, working at the hospital, right? Like if I'm working down in the ER, currently there's no visitation at the hospital because of various things with the pandemic, et cetera. And, you know, obviously a family member is going to be frustrated, that they've got somebody, hey, my relative was just brought in by an ambulance and, I want to get back there and see them and they can't. So, obviously they get upset and you're on the receiving end of that. Well, I can, snap back, or I can take into consideration the fact that really it's the stress of the circumstance that put them in that situation. We never know what somebody's going through.
That's the truth.
And if we take a minute to try to, well, hey, maybe that waitress had a bad attitude because of XYZ. And sometimes we don't even have to do that, but just take, somebody else's, take them into consideration first. That's not saying neglect you or be disrespected or, anything to that effect, but just understand that we don't know what people are going through. You know what I mean? If that makes any kind of sense.
It absolutely does. And it's like, along with that, we have so many proud practitioners of their faith, but yet we don't read anymore, bro. We don't read our sacred texts. We don't read the things that we should read in order to absorb what we need to be absorbing. And once you hear one side that you agree with, and they give you like a simple yet great sounding issue that you can, you can handle, you feel that you can handle along with, people that you agree with.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier that way. It's easier that way because all you got to do is listen.
Right.
And that's what you have with leaders. I'm this, I'm a faithful servant of the city, so on and so forth. God-fearing man or woman, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And there it goes. And they're off. And that's where it starts at, man. It's just like, it's going to continue. And of course, a lot of times, especially these days, a lot of people, they gravitate to ones that look like them.
Yeah. And
when it comes to that, especially when you're from like, certain parts of America, like, whether it be a blue collar hardworking man, the rural areas, it could be anything. The inner cities, and that's who gravitates, because that's who gravitates towards these certain leaders, because they came from these certain places. That's why that's why you have like a lot of political leaders saying that, I came from this, that, and the third. Next thing you know, hey, I'm voting for him. Next thing you know, he's taking out your money.
Right. And, like we've said, it's one of those things, like we can just try to affect the people around us. But I think we got some good ideas going into next week. I am probably going to call it a little short. I got to go back into work at 11. So trying to get myself situated tonight so I can head back into work.
Take a nap.
But, yeah, right. And take a nap long enough to upset me. Get up and just be mad to be mad. What's like Cat Williams says, gang banging on bacon. Like, how you angry at breakfast? But we appreciate you guys sticking with us. Again, we apologize for the absentee. We apologize for what happened with I do apologize for what happened with the Facebook and Instagram pages. But if you guys can like, share, invite people in, to get involved with us. Again, like we had said at the beginning of the month, if you have a Black-owned business, author, entertainer, program, organization that you want to highlight, especially this month, shoot them over, drop share the link on the Facebook page. We definitely encourage that and want to help people in their dreams any way that we possibly can. So again, I thank you guys. Dax, Steve, you have anything else y'all want to say tonight?
No, but I'm gonna put some effort towards catching up on what's been going on. We'll
Yeah,
see
clogging
how
toilets,
well we
bro.
get, but I look forward to hearing your guys' opinions and meeting some new guests this year and discovering where we can go as we converse and reflect amongst each other. So glad to be back.
Definitely.
Yeah, and just pray for the world, man. We're up in
He,
flames.
he said we ain't even gonna make it difficult. Just pray for the world.
That's it, man. We're up in
Of the
flames, bro.
world, Craig. Of the world.
The world, bro. Like,
Top flight.
man, it's getting
Oh,
real.
man.
And in El Paso, we didn't dealt with like 2 fires in a week, 2
Really?
majors in a week. There one was a hotel, another one we had just like a couple days ago, or just
At the
yesterday. I want to say.
motel, hotel, motel.
Yeah, old school motel too was like one of the very first of the city. And
That
yeah,
sucks,
man, it's gonna be a parking lot in probably about 6 months. We'll see.
Well, that's encouraging.
That's
So, but
what's
oh my goodness, I can't with you guys, man. But yeah, so that's
what's gonna happen.
so we'll catch you guys. Let me check the calendar real quick here. Where's my calendar?
March 2nd.
Is it the second? Okay, I thought I wanted to make sure.
2 weeks. Yep, 2 weeks is
Yep.
the beginning.
So March 2nd, 7:30, we'll be back out. We'll have something out letting you know what the conversation points are going to be, so we can actively engage in conversation with everybody. But we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We'll catch you next time on House Call.
Right on.